On behalf of good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Indo Gulf and Middle East Chamber of Commerce, it's give me immense pleasure to welcome you all to today's webinar on the eves of life, securing families and business. At INMEC, our vision always been to create platform that bring together experts, entrepreneurs, professionals, and through leaders to exchange ideas that can empower individuals as well as strengthen the business. The today's session is another step in the direction, focusing one of the most important yet often overlooked aspect of life, risk management and financial security. We truly honored to have with us Engineer Afsar Ali, a seasoned risk management specialist with over 25 years of experience. The theme of today's discussion is the ifs of life is very relevant in the fast changing world we live in. We often prepare extensively for opportunities, but less so for unforeseen challenges. This webinar will help us understand how proactive planning and effective risk management can not only protect but also empower us to build sustainable futures. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the office bearers of INMEC, managing committee members, chapter executives, members, and all our participants for joining today. Your presence reinforces our belief that collective knowledge and collaboration can lead to stronger, more resilient communities. With those words, let us begin this insightful journey. I request our General Manager, Mr. George Matthew, to introduce Engineer Afsar Ali prior to the presentation. Over to you, George. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Suresh, sir. Thank you, everyone. Good evening to everyone and a warm welcome from Indo Gulf and Middle East Chamber of Commerce, an international organization promoting industry, commerce, and trade across India and the Middle East. On behalf of INMEC, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you today for today's webinar, The Eves of Life, Securing Families and Businesses. Life, as we all know, is full of uncertainties, the eves that can impact both families and businesses. Today's session will help us understand and how to turn those eves into financial certainty so that we can secure our loved ones, protect our enterprises, and ensure peace of mind. Now, before we begin the session, I request everyone to kindly follow a few guidelines which are very important. First, please keep your microphones on mute during the session. Second, if you have some clarifications or questions, we have a dedicated Q&A session which will be immediately after the presentation. So you can ask your direct questions directly to the speaker. Now, you may also type your queries and questions in the chat box provided, and those queries will be addressed during the session. Now, it's my privilege to introduce the speaker, Engineer Afsar Ali. He is a distinguished speaker for this evening. Engineer Afsar Ali, a highly experienced risk management specialist with over 25 years of expertise in the field of insurance and financial protection. He is the founder of Insure and Secure Insurance Brokerage Company, a trusted organization operating across the GCC, India, Switzerland, Hong Kong, and Mauritius, providing comprehensive insurance solutions for both individuals and businesses. With deep knowledge, international exposure, and dedication to risk management, he has been a guiding force for countries, clients in securing their future and ensuring peace of mind. We are honored to have him with us today to share his insights on the eves of life, securing families and businesses. I warmly welcome Engineer Afsar Ali to this session, and over to you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Mr. George, and thanks for having me the team INMEC, and I am also a proud member of Team INMEC, a life member. The day one when it was launched in Cochin, I still remember the day. It was a grand mega event, and I was so excited. And even before the program could end, I took a decision that I will be joining this proud organization. And thanks for having me, and to all salute and respect to all the office bearers and all the top guys who are, and to each and every member for being present for next 1 hour with your such an important time schedule. And basically, I am right now based in Kuwait. I am hosting this program, or I am presenting myself from Kuwait. Hope my voice is loud and clear and the video is clear. Just one check, please.
It's clear. It's clear.
It's clear.
Lovely. So I would give one commitment at this stage, even before starting my presentation, that I will be as simple as possible without using much of technical jargons, because this subject is so dry and the most hated subject for not now, for decades, and for such a long time. So whether it is 30, 40 years back or even today, believe me, insurance is a subject which everyone runs away, or any person runs away. But the reality of life is that it is a very important part of everyone's life, and why and how, that is what we are here to understand. Okay, as the subject itself or the topic itself says, ifs of life, the word life, Life. I always see this, there is a very strong meaning behind this four letters. The L stands for the beginning of life. When we were born, God gave us the opportunity to come into this world. Our parents wished for it, and we were born. God granted. And the last letter, E, in the word life, according to me, it goes for the end of life, which is the end of any person's life. So whether it is the beginning or the end, we don't have control. Yeah. In both the situations, we don't have control. We don't know when a child is born, and the same way when a person is going to say goodbye to the world. But between the beginning and the end, there are very big ifs of life, and that is what is something what is most ignored, or very many times, which has to be very seriously taken, especially with the time of new risks and new age threats coming in. So that is where we are going to discuss, and I will be as simple as possible as I committed, and I will take the subject in very minimal slides as possible, and I will give maximum time for us to discuss between each other. To be muted, please. Yeah. A very quick, just giving a gist. It is not to show what, how big we are as a company, or what to show my market presence. It is only to show that what kind of experience we have. Because when we have on a current base of a 50,000 plus clients as on date, this is only for the Indian operation. Because more I am focusing on the Indian presentation today, even though with all due respect, I know there are our friends who are from different parts of the globe who are part of the presentation, but I'm coming with some data or some basic focus on the Indians. So rest of the Gulf or rest of the world, we have very many more clients and the businesses that we will discuss later. So the 50,000 as a figure is just to give you a hint that I, as a person, I come with a reasonably good experience. And when I am talking, I know whom to I am talking. So I'm not talking to the common man. Whoever is present part of this next 1 hour program is someone who has really done something really big in his life, on her life. And you people have seen more life than me. Most of the people, I can say that part of who are the members of the group, at least should be on an average 10 to 15 or 20 years elder to me, with experience and age, and they have seen ups and downs of the life in the best possible way. And one thing I very humbly would like to surrender over here, I'm not here to give some gyan, not to teach you something. It is all about what we have seen in reality, what I have learned in last 25 years. I'm just here to share something with you people, and I am open to learn from you people as much as possible. Yep. Very simple thing, whether it is a common man or a multimillionaire, irrespective of the age, because there is no age for a millionaire or a billionaire today. So people of this category, especially who are here, we always have, mixed between the confusion of the family safety and the business safety, and all kind of surprises coming from all directions. Like yesterday, Qatar had a surprise which was really shocking the world, and many other things which are happening across the globe. Yeah, whether it is tariffs or whether it is going to be a missile coming and hitting a country, or suddenly a neighbor coming and disturbing my businesses. So all these things are very many ifs of life, including a COVID, or might be, some tragedy in a family or a business also. So I'm just giving a picturestic uncertainties, what I'm just trying to highlight. Then this is a very, very important part, a slide which I would like to pause for a minute, because unless until we don't have this clarity in mind, there is no point going for next 45 minutes. Yeah, as I said, I am very clear that I am presenting in front of people who have seen the best of the success and will be seeing more success in life. And they have seen whether it is business or in the real-time life. So here I am only to share, but I only request that let us have an open mind. Yeah. And three basic rules, what I very strongly follow for myself is learn, unlearn, and relearn. This is very, very important. Yes, today it is a part of learning something. Believe me, 90% of you people know whatever I'm going to talk. You have seen this in last 20, 30 years of your business careers, or, in different ways. It is not something, there are might be, so many hundreds of agents or insurance consultants or professionals who would have met you in last 20, 30, 40 years of your life. So it is not something new what you're going to learn, but have we really executed it? Have we really done it? And have we really brought into real life action? That is the question. So that is the reason learning something and unlearning is what I'm trying to say is there would have been many experiences of you people with insurance professionals in last so many decades, unpleasant experiences or good experiences. So my humble request is let us remove the negative thought process of the unprofessional people, because most of the time we are experienced with those kind of people who carry a bag and come behind you running, asking for, hey, give me business, give me business, give me business, and they irritate you, they disturb you, and they torture you. I can use this word with all due respect. But no, there's a set of a lot of professionals across the world, whether it is India, whether it is the rest of the world, because I am very actively involved in the Indian market and the rest of the world. And we are people who really add value, and this session is only about adding value to your life. It's not about selling a product, it's not about giving some technical guidance, because you have decided to spend 1 hour. So let us be very focused and try to learn and relearn. Yeah, thank you. So we are ready with this, and straight away I'm coming to 4 or 5 different points which I see in today's world, which is touching in a very hard way the businessman, whether it is a upcoming businessman or a ultra HNI, or a HNI is something high net worth individual is what I'm telling. If I have to ask these 4 questions, might be this first line, the word directors and officers liability. Believe me, most of the people, I'm just presuming, please pardon me if I'm wrong, most of the people would not be knowing what is this. The reason I'm putting this in the top priority, I will come to the point why I have highlighted that particular thing, especially because I'm dealing with the business fraternity. The second point, if I am asking this question, if one of your key partners in the business, yeah, in whatever way, whether it is a silent partner or active partner, who has contributed or invested, or who is a working partner, in whatever way, if that particular partner dies, one or two partner dies, or becomes critically ill or not able to work anymore, how do you give the share of that partner? Because the good habit of any businessman is we pump in all the money as much as possible back into the business, whether it is the infrastructure, whether it is equipments, whether it is whatever the things are. So we always keep it because we are not typical mindset of an employee or any person who tries to keep some liquid cash or save some money and all these things. We always believe as a businessman, hey, my best place or my best bet is going to be my own business, so I keep investing in that. Yeah. And when a partner dies, how do you cut that piece of cake, so called as your business empire, and give that piece of cake to the widow or the spouse or the family of the partners? Because they are not capable of contributing to your business anymore. They are not technically capable, or might be they are not willing to be part of your business because it brings a lot of capacity. So how do you say goodbye, or how do you justifyly or genuinely settle the amount of that partner from a business if suddenly a partner dies? Then comes, what if you are hit? I'm sorry, there is a letter missing. It is hit. If you are hit by a cyber liability, please note down this particular point. You can go back to your offices and take all your policy documents. I can give you a guarantee, none of the policy document will tell that they are covering the cyber liability. Every policy, including your fire policy or your employee workman compensation policy or liability policies, whatever it is. Many of the documents what I am talking might be you are not even involved in it, because you might have your operations manager or your HR or might be your finance manager or is your CFO taking care of these areas. But believe me, this particular liability, no insurance company is ready to cover you. But this is the liability which is hitting the highest level any company today, or this is the future of the biggest risk. According to me, the fire damage or a earthquake damage or loss of business, this is all old type. The risk is already as much as possible controlled. But when it comes to the cyber attacks, how prepared are you people? These are the new generation attacks. Like recently honorable defense minister, he has very clearly told the new future war is not going to be the weapon war, it is going to be economic war. And one of the most powerful tool for an economic war is cyber attacks. And when I say cyber attack, it is not about someone coming and hitting your system or your data. It is as simple as someone penetrating your phone, getting your conversation of a very confidential conversation, whether it is a contract between a government and you, or a discussion between you and you, or some health records of your personal family, and threatening to expose it in the internet by demanding a ransom of might be 20 crores, 10 crores, or a couple of millions of dollars. I'm sure respected Davis Kalikuranji or Mr. Srijit, who are all renowned, and even the leading people, Mr. James Matthew from Dubai, all these three people are placed in three different areas, whether it is Oman or India or might be even in Dubai. They will all vouch for this. Cyber is the threat today. And as in from India, are we people even aware of this? This is something which is really concerning for my beloved family members of INMEC. So this is something which I am very strongly highlighting here. Then comes the next point, is the key man of the company. If he or she dies or touched by a critical illness, Sorry, I got disconnected. I'm back inside.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, am I loud and clear?
Yes, clear.
The slide is to be seen.
Yes, it is there.
Okay. The one of the last points, see, in insurance, especially related to the business, there are a lot of areas. I'm not touching all the areas. It will be so boring and it is going to be long. But I'm just touching, which most of the people ignore it or not knowing it. That's the reason what I'm touching here. Succession risk. Think about it's a family of two brothers, multi-millionaires who are running a business in a very big level, might be multiple car showrooms in India valued to about 600 800 crores worth of business valuation. And both the brothers have three children each. And if one of the brother dies and the other brother's children do not want to be part of the business and they are demanding, hey, give our share, we will move out. The company has close to 1,000 employees. How does the person just cut and give it? How does the person sell the company? Because the company will have for sure liabilities, because it's a business of cars. They will have always a liability of loans and many other things, and which is common to any business for that matter. If these kind of situations come, how do you settle off, or how do you take care of the stakeholders? It need not be only the children, it can be even your stakeholders. How do we settle off to the stakeholders? All these challenges, that is where the succession risk comes in. That's a very big risk. I still remember there was a beautiful session done by CA Srijit, I think a month back. I was part of the session, and this is something directly linked to this. So that's a very big threat, whether it is in the rest of the world or in India. Succession is one of the biggest risk today. And are we prepared for it? And I myself have seen so many companies, big companies, going into a very big financial mess. And they have got into such a big trap where the next generation is not able to take over just because the right planning was not done. So with that, I'm just highlighting the succession risk. These are the core main areas related to the business, which I have touched here. In the question answer sessions, for sure, you can ask for any specific risk related to the businesses. Okay, I can highlight. The next one comes is the personal life risks. Okay, even before going to the personal life risk, I will just give a glance of what are the different areas of risk which are covered under the or the threats of directors and officers. So directors and officers are someone who are the important people of the company. It can be full-time directors or part-time directors, even the spouses of the directors. They can all be brought under the protection of this. Here, there are different types of claims which are done. Whether it is India or whether it is the rest of the world, these are the kind of different claims which are done, especially in corporates, middle size or large size corporates. And these kind of threats are always prevailing. How do you manage this? Because your traditional policy can never cover these kind of things. Okay, due to omissions and errors of because of your staff, of any one of your directors, if some mistake happens, and if that is leading because to a very big problem. For example, recently I think I can use some of the one of the biggest business family, and the second brother, the younger brother, who also was is a leading legend in different businesses, is today by SBI. He is given a denomination as fraud. And when the assets are frozen for a family, how do you come out of it? How will you manage the legal challenges? How do you settle to all the dispute parties? A director's and officer's liability insurance takes care of all these areas. So this is something as a hint, I'm just giving you how important this is for you people to even start thinking about it. Believe me, even your head of finance or might be your department heads might not be knowing this, because that is the level of lack of awareness I have seen, whether in the Indian market or in the international market. So we can always discuss about this. Then, like kidnap and response cover, crisis communication, because the regulator always says if there is a crisis in your company, you have to put it in the media, and the media doesn't come free. Everything comes at a cost. If you have to spend 15, 20 lakhs or 50 lakhs just to do the media coverage, communicate to the general public if it is a public limited company or whatever, these are all costs which are involved. So this is something as a directors and officers, I'm just giving a brief hint how it works. Then comes is the cyber liability insurance. What all it touches? It touches the business interruptions, extortions, yeah, demanding from you people. You might have your one of the most common thing, especially which is done in the cyber liability. What I have seen recently, we had a hospital data was hacked, and the whole data was demanded, and some very top level people. It's a high end hospital, and what did they do? They didn't steal the data. They just took the data and threatened the management, the top management, telling if you don't give me 50 crores, I will publish the data, medical records of your patients in an open public. Think about it. Reputational damage here, data, exposure. There are so many things where your regulators will come behind you, your public or your clients will come behind you. They can sue you. So these are just some examples I'm giving you. I can even give one more of a classic example. Recently in Kuwait, someone used in a very big shipping company. Some guy was for 3 months using a landline phone cable box which is down on the road. He was connected, and he is making international calls for 3 months. And believe me, the bill came not in lakhs but in crores. And that is the kind of the losses what we were able to settle to the client just because they had a cyber liability insurance coverage. And most of the times, the cyber liability damages or all these things happen, most of the times, it is always we have seen that it is because of our own employees. Either it is by ignorance or it is because of a rogue behavior. Someone leaving the company or asked to leave the company, he purposely, exposes the company or steals data, whatever these things are. So this is something, again, a very important thing, a modern threat and a future threat, the cyber liability. Lovely. This is one of my favorite thing, the first line, because all these years you would have heard a statement called, whenever you have met an insurance consultant or an agent, all your life you would have only heard, sir, if you die, if you die, if you die, if you have this, if you have this problem. But according to me, or according to the real statistics, the biggest risk is risk of living long. The average life expectancy of a person is increasing. 20, 30 years back, it was, for 50 or 55 years. Today, we are talking about 75 to 80 years average life expectancy. I have my partnership with Singapore-based insurance companies where they have started issuing policies for 125 years. In India, it is not even heard about it. But why are insurance company coming out with policies till 125 years? Because people are going to live long. So people will need policies. But with living long, you will all have multiple challenges during the course of next 30, 40 or 50 years, whichever is there in front of you. It is not going to be easy. It is not going to be cheap. Everything is going to cost. The second point, the risk of increasing medical expenses. You can just go and Google it. What is the inflation, medical inflation in India? Any site will tell you it is 14%. This is the latest data. Think about it. While our government is taking pride in telling that our standard inflation has come down at a very drastic level, even below the 5% mark. On the other side, the medical inflation cost is crazily increasing. Now comes this standard myth. Hey, I have millions of money in my account, so I can take care of it. I can manage it. I always have the statement. Yeah, for sure. Almost every member here has the money and capacity to build a big clinic or a hospital on your own. There is no doubt in that. I know to whom I'm talking. But the reality is how easy it is to change Indian rupee or a US dollar to cement and bricks. What I mean, I'm talking about building factories or, putting in real estate, buildings or whatever it is. It is never easy to convert dollars to back to, sorry, brick and cement to dollars or Indian rupee. Because when you want at an emergency, especially so many people have experienced this during COVID, liquidity of cash or might be, even a lump sum amount, you have to be on a desperate selling mode or, arrange the finances or, whatever these things are. So how do we manage these kind of risks? That's a very important area. Because if you go back and check your own health insurance policies, please check. On an average, I have seen you must not be having more than 1 crore of a health insurance policy. I myself, I take pride in telling, I'm happy to even share my own personal health insurance policy to whoever wants to see it as a sample. I have 4 crores worth of health insurance, pure health insurance policy in India for myself, 4 crores for my wife, and 4 crores for my 13-year-old son. Now, do I need 4 crores? Might be not at this age. Okay, we never know unless until it is a very complicated or very big issue prevailing for months together. So the chances are less. But when I'm going to touch my 55, 60s, 70s, just imagine what is going to be the cost. With the age increasing, my chances of getting a health insurance policy is coming down. In today's situation, for my case, it is nil. Because 2 years back, I had a slight health condition with my cardiovascular thing. So my gates are closed. Luckily, I took the policy well before that. So I have the policy. The same logic applies to everyone here. So if you are thinking that you are sitting on a 50 lakhs or a 1 crore policy for your full family together and it's a real good fancy figure, sorry, gentlemen and the ladies who are here, you are in a big trap. Never ever do this mistake. And the myth, thinking that I have so many lakhs in my account or crores in my account, believe me, when you need it, at that time, your liquidity becomes a challenge. Whether it is going to be a epidemic where all the banks and everything are closed, you cannot, have transactions, or in case you want to have, especially since I am discussing with high net worth individuals, most of the people would like to have some special conditions being treated in the international market. These are all will fly like this, what you have. So you need to have the right plans. I'm talking about, I have so many Indian customers of mine, top celebrities who are even from movie stars to top rated top 50 businessmen in the India, whose valuations are thousands of crores as family valuation or business valuation. Believe me, these all smart people have health insurance policies and quality policies taken from my side or whichever the professional is. And I have health insurance policies equivalent to $5 million for these people. I have a cine star who for every movie charges 200, 300 crores. But if he needs 10 crores or 5 crores of rupee to be treated for a treatment in America, where will he get this 5 or 10 crores? Because all the money is not liquid. Everything either in assets or business or movies. How will he take? So a simple solution called a top class health insurance solves all these problems. Okay. And when I say health insurance, here I would like to again describe a little bit more. There is a big difference between a health insurance policy and a critical illness policy. A health insurance policy is something which pays money to the hospital for whatever the treatments. A critical illness policy is something pays 5 or 10 crores or 15 crores, whatever the amount you have agreed with the insurance company, in case you had a problem like coma or might be a stroke or an organ transplant requirement, we transfer 5 crores into your account. So you can use that as a monthly expenses for next 2-3 years. You want to go and party in Hawaii, or you want to enjoy things, or might be even for aircraft ambulance charges, no questions asked. So that is called as critical illness policies. There's two total difference. So this is a knowledge which I am trying to give here. Many people don't know about this, and this is something very, very important. I call it as replacement of your income. A critical illness policy is replacement of an income, because some stage of life, most of the people will be touched by a critical at some point of life. You can go by the data. And if we are touched in that, and if we are out of our business, or actively not involved in our business for next 3-4 years, when we are in the recovery mode or in the treatment mode, how do we manage our monthly huge expenses? We are not talking about a monthly a small roti, kapda, makan, or the basic lifestyle expenses. I am talking about the high-end expenses without compromising our standards. So that is something very, very important. The next one comes is, which is a very common thing, risk of dying early. Again, if you were generating month after month as an income for you, as a standard income of 2 to 5 lakh rupees, I'm just taking an example of 2 to 5 lakh rupees per month, keeping in mind I'm discussing this with the business class fraternity. Where will you get if the person of the family suddenly loses the person? For next 15-20 years, you were supposed to bringing this kind of income for your family because of the lifestyle or the liabilities and the commitments. So risk of dying early has to be addressed in the right way, because many of the high net worth individuals, they think I don't need a life insurance because I am a multimillionaire. Please understand, you being a multimillionaire, you will also have high liabilities. So you will not insure yourself because someone dies is getting the money. You will be insuring because there is someone going to live and they need the money. That is your family, beloved family members. And they are used to a lifestyle, and you cannot compromise that with, just by having a thought process, because once the person dies, the total system collapses in a business. You know that because of many reasons. In that situation, how your family is going to be, how your business is going to be protected. And that is where I always tell to ultra high net worth individuals, please protect your liabilities. Your liabilities have to be insured. If you have liabilities of 50 crores or 50, whatever the figure are, you should have a dedicated life insurance policy of that amount to cover the liability and your businesses. Not for the basic requirement of, basic schooling, or might be, basic food, or this is. No, I'm not talking the common man's language here. I'm talking the real entrepreneur or the businessman language. And coming back to the stories of Kerala or any part of our country, with all due respect, time and again, the natural disasters are increasing. We have seen some of the finest properties, whether it is bungalows or resorts or expensive cars, all getting crushed or flown away because of a flood or a landslide or many damages. How do you, because you have spent crores of money in building all these assets, and when something like a landslide or a flood comes and hits it, how have you protected it? So that is something which I am also highlighting here. So this is two areas which I've touched in the most important thing. But again, there are many areas apart from this. So these are the two areas which I just given a hint. Key message, as I said, we are not God. We cannot, run away from the risk. Risks are always there in our life. And that is the beauty of a businessman. Businessman is always associated. He loves to have risks, but their impact can be managed. So any smart person, sensible person, responsible person will always be prepared for the risk. So that is how it can be done. I've just given some case studies with real time. In 2024, which are the some main companies. Apart from this, you can go and Google and see hundreds and hundreds of companies, big companies. Your own company would have been affected. Might be your finance manager has not come and highlighted it. Many times they would have not tried to control it within themselves. Some people would have really got affected. Might be you will not want to discuss in the open forum, but just see the kind of brands what have got affected. I've just taken some samples. Even one of the biggest insurance companies, it got affected, and I'm sure they had the insurance and they've got saved. Otherwise, they will not be able to survive, including BSNL or Polycap or Angel One Brokers, or Motilal Oswal. These are all thousands of crores valuation companies, and they would have had some of the best security systems. Still, they were attacked. Still, they have lost money, and they have. Whether they had a policy or not, that's a different question. But I'm just, opening everyone's mind why we should be seeing in these areas. Coming to the final touch, keeping in mind, I think I always tell this cost of being proactive is always less than being reactive. Yeah. Whether it is buying a safe car with the best safety features by putting little bit extra money with the quality and safety, and having some of the best safety measures and proactive measures, whether in our personal life or business life. This is something very, very important. What you are going to pay and have it will always be less than, when we are going to react to a situation. Because when situation, we cannot react when a problem happens. That's too late. And thanks, INMEC, and especially Mr. Davis and Mr. Rajesh Sagar, who very closely followed up with me for this session. I was also a bit tight with my schedule for last couple of months. I was not able to honor the session. But I'm very, very glad that I have been able to give some insights from my side. My contact details are here, and I would love to hear from you people anytime, anywhere. WhatsApp will be the ideal thing. You can communicate with me 24/7, and I would love to have you people and support you people. And always give a free consultancy in case you would want to have a second opinion and do a risk management mitigation for your own companies or personal life. Free of cost. This is an offer I am giving to all the INMEC members without charging even a single penny. I'll be happy to do a risk mitigation to all your personal and official risks, and give you some solutions and insights with this. Thank you.
Afsarji, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Davis here. Can you see me?
Yeah, I can.
I think you can stop sharing the screen. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So actually, it's it is very frightening what you have been telling me. Really frightening scenarios, but at the same time, you are giving some exciting opportunities also. But I think it's too late for me. Like you also said, it's too late for aged people. Okay, so that's also a big worry. So the thing is, I'm. It is quite unfortunate that I didn't meet you earlier. Then we could have sorted out so many matters. But now the whole generation is front of us. There are so many INMAC members itself who will be benefited by all these thoughtful messages you have shared with them with the practical notes. Okay, and you did wonderfully well. I should say that it's more than expected, and you could have given some motivating speeches also. Yeah,
I'll be happy to do that.
Yeah. We should arrange one of your favorite topics. That should also be part of it. Once when I qualified, my graduation. After my graduation, I was offered a job in an insurance company. as a sales development officer. So I told my dad that I not go for CA, I will go for insurance, because insurance, they said, if you get this much premium, we will give you a car in your, car for you of your choice. If you attain this much, we'll give you this. So I was very much excited. And then that night, my dad came with two of his friends. Both of them are, my dad was he was in the insurance industry. Okay, so he came with the two of his friends, and they came and said that, you have nice decision. You can join the insurance industry. It is very good. But the only problem is, insurance something which is not visible. It is a very invisible project. I mean, product.
Very
How will you show the people, what you're talking about? Because you should be that smart a salesman to make good sales. Okay. But whereas if you're sticking on to CA, you just sit in the office, money will come to you, the sky is the limit. Okay. So, but my father said after they went, and they also told me one small example. They said, see, if you are a product salesman, even for a Yara glassware, you can see the Yara product in your hand, but your tongue should be very good to canvas a policy. Okay. So
very true, sir.
then then my dad said, I think Davis, you are not an exciting salesman, so better we will go for CA, chartered accountancy. That's better, although it took long time. But sales is something. Insurance is a very unique industry. Okay. All right, and you are serving the society also good by giving them the right message and to take care of their finances and also their families and their businesses. So thanks a lot, Afsar ji. We should have more and more sessions like this, and the floor is open for anybody who would like to put any questions or any doubts. And I also take this opportunity to thank all the participants who have taken the time out and attend this event. Well, I'm only sad that we are not able to muster so many people, although we have sent this thousands and thousands of intimation to people. But as you said, no, I mean, people think that insurance is not for them. It will just, up and up. Everything will be taken care of, but it's not like that. You could. But I will talk to you to see whether in the old age you can plan something for me, some insurance.
I was about to come with that.
Yeah.
There is no need to have a health insurance now. Even if a person is 95 years old, we are happy to give a health insurance policy because the market has come with third things. Yeah,
market is very, I don't know whether it is the medical people have become greedy or the people are getting more and more illness. So it's a problem, the medical expenses have gone up like anything. So
Davis ji,
you can also you can
good evening.
Limit,
Yeah, Mr. Afsar ji, there is one question in the chat box. Can you just answer?
Yes, I will look at it.
I'll read out the question. What about leave will as risk reduction measure at the personal level?
Okay, when someone is talking about a live will or a will in a standard format, this will is talking about giving a guarantee or giving a direction to that either A or B should get the money from my side. Agreed? Yes, no doubt. But my question is, you are talking about a will, which might be a house, which might be a land, or which might be some cash in the bank, might be a couple of crores. I'm just taking an example, 3 different asset classes. After a person dying, there can be 3 reasons why a person dies, a businessman. I'm just taking again a businessman example here. It can be a natural death, it can be a suicide, because we are seeing lot many very successful business, including, with all due respect, God, may rest his soul, the founder of Cafe Coffee Day. It was a huge company. The gentleman committed suicide, and close to 7,000 crores worth of liability was there. Now, what will are we talking? When the whole market is going to come and stop at your wife's doorstep or your children's doorstep, trying to snatch everything what we can. So what is the will going to do here? So that is what I am talking. Say will is good, but where will you get the assets in a guaranteed mode? A property after a person dying goes on a desperate selling mode. It will not go as per the market value. And then might be there is someone going to come and put a litigation, or might be put a stay in that I am also a stakeholder of this, or might be he has encroached my property. How many cases we are seeing? So will is all about giving a guarantee, but where will the guaranteed money come from, which no one can challenge? And one of the tool or one main tool always it has been an insurance, because once you dedicate an insurance policy with certain beneficiary terms and conditions specifically mentioned, which can never be challenged in any court of law, you are giving a clear direction. Like, if I'm going to talk again, Davis sir will support me on this, or Mr. Srijit will support. There is something called as key man insurance. Whatever happens in the world, if someone company has a key man insurance, if I am going to write off 10 crore rupees on that, the money will go to the right people. No one, even your stakeholders, can come and challenge that money, irrespective of whatever happens to the business. So these are certain areas. So yes, I do respect will, but part of the will has to be always a liquid cash or a gold. I always tell cash is king. Yeah. So what is life insurance or what is insurance? It is solid cash. If death happens within so many days, the money has to be settled. Now, many people can come and tell, no, insurance company cheat, this, that. Believe me, last 25 years, I have 100% claim settlement track record, because you have to fill up the form in the right way. The professionals have to get involved in this. Most of the time, either the client himself cheats the system, telling I'm not a smoker. Even after he being a smoker, he writes I'm not a smoker. After having a hypertension, the person will write I don't have hypertension or blood pressure. Why do you think any insurance company will settle the money? So transparency is a very important key. Might be you might pay a little bit more money, nothing problem, but it can be done. So my answer to this would be yes, will is a beautiful measure, provided you also have a backup of liquid cash. I hope I have answered the question. Any questions, sir? Next one.
Thank you, sir. Actually, may I speak? For this question was raised by me. I'm Dr. Shubhendu Mudgal. I'm a public health expert. I'm also a risk assessor and manager. Actually, what I was considering was to raise the concept of living will.
Correct.
Basically, as a medical directive to reduce the potential expenses to the family in case of any severe critical illness.
Yeah.
Basically, that is what I was just liking to point it out. Basically,
super. Because more than death, the chances of critical illness is increasing more.
Yes, because severe expenses to the family.
Exactly.
Yes. Thank you.
George,
any other questions?
George, there is another question and a comment and question.
Yeah, there is a comment from Mr. C.V. Sajeevan. I'll just read out. Well explained. Family settlement agreement to a certain extent save the company from perish, even if there is a dispute or disagreement between the promoters or with the next generation. This is a comment from Mr. C.V. Sajeevan.
Thanks for the comment and the compliment, sir. I see it as a complimentary message and really well said, because we have seen and we have settled lot of companies. We have saved it, and not just for the sake of doing it. If planned well, of course, the settlement and the companies and the families can maintain the same lifestyle. When I say families, it is not going to be only your husband, wife, or their parents. I'm talking about the families. If you have 100 employee company, 100 families are dependent on you. So suddenly, if someone knocks down by a death, whether it is accidental death or a natural death or due to sickness, think about what happens to the 100 families. How are the 100 families going to be taken care? Because this is a legacy, what you have created. And that should not just go in drain. Yeah. So always it can be a discussion where we can sit and technology is there, whether I'm in India, whether I'm in Kuwait or I'm any part of the world. I'll be happy in case you want me to be there in your office. We can always agree upon a time. I will not be charging you guys for that. As I said, I'm very happy. I love to travel. Any chance I get, and especially Kerala. I'm always happy to come there. It's a beautiful country in a beautiful spot where I love to be there and come and support you people. And especially if you want some real good motivation sessions for your employees or your top management, please invite me. I'll be there happily coming and conducting real-time sessions to support and motivate. And that's my passion. That's my passion to uplift and bring up more leaders and more qualified professionals in the world market.
Afsarji, Srijit
Afsarji,
here.
Afsarji,
Yeah.
I have one doubt. This is, from the last webinar which we had by Srijit, and in
Yeah.
which there was one critical issue which was being discussed. That was the Sharia rule. Okay.
Yeah.
And in the Sharia, as per the Sharia, if we are in the Middle East countries, even if in Oman, although I follow a different faith, Catholic,
Yeah.
but it is said that if I die here, the distribution of the wealth will be as per the Sharia
Yeah.
rule. Okay, even if I write a will, if it is not properly executed. Okay, and another thing is. But in this case of insurance policies, where you said that you have a very clearly specified nominee, not nominee to whom it is to be settled. I think nominee is not the right word. Okay,
Yeah.
so if it is said that I write in my policy that it should be given to such and such person or to my family or wife, but will this be okay under the Sharia law also here, or will they say no, it will be as per the Sharia, it will be distributed? How is it? How do you do?
Sir, please understand, the policy is going to be a global coverage. It is not pertaining. You might be taking the policy from the state of Oman or might be in Dubai or from India. But the coverage is going to be a global. Okay, that's what I would be
Okay.
recommending for. So tomorrow, in case your beneficiary, any of whoever it can be a charity organization, it can be your family member, or it can be even a third party. Whomever you are going to justify and put it as a beneficiary, in case Oman is coming and giving a challenge, no, it cannot be done. I will be happily ready to settle the amount or transfer the amount of the proceeds to any other account, whether it is going to be in India or any other part of the world.
Is it so? Okay.
Yeah, it can be done. Why not?
Because but as per my last understanding from the last webinar was that I was thinking that you have to protect this if I happen to, unfortunate
That is
death or
something.
something, then
That is something might be a source of income from Oman, if
okay.
it is coming, or
Okay.
might be assets in Oman, right? But I'm talking
So
about that this is a global product. So it
it
need
can
not
be
be only,
settled outside. Okay, all
of
right.
course, yes. Because
Yeah,
tomorrow
but
my
in that such situation, others will challenge. Others
not
can
challenge.
challenge.
It is a incontestable. That's what I'm trying to say. The power
I
of
see.
an
Okay.
insurance policy is such, it is incontestable.
Mhm. I see. Okay. That's
Okay.
I understood.
Thank you, sir. I've
Any
got a
other?
question. We have a question
Sri,
on the screen.
yeah.
Shall I read out?
Yes, please.
The question is from Mr. Yunus Ahmed. He is one of our members. Critical illness is spreading out in our society like anything. What is the insurance product you can suggest for the best coverage?
Straight away, critical illness coverage. There is a product exclusive for critical illness coverage. It is very, very simple. I will just give an example. For example, I will talk in Indian rupee only. I think Mr. Yunus Ahmed hails from UAE, if I'm not wrong. Okay, I will talk in Indian rupee. For example, for 5 crores, I take a critical illness insurance. If I am touched or the policy holder is touched by any one of the critical illnesses, they have close to 40, 50 critical illnesses listed. That is the contract agreement between the insurance company and the person buying it. Any one of the critical illnesses, it can be even loss of sight, because loss of sight is increasing nowadays because of diabetes. India is a diabetes capital of the world with the hypertension and pressure. It can be a stroke, it can be Alzheimer's in a very peak level, it can be a Parkinson's disease, it can be total burns. These are all classified under critical illnesses, including stroke, cancer, coma, paralysis. So any one of the critical illnesses out of the listed critical illnesses, if diagnosed, here, that is the beauty of this product. Upon diagnosis, not even treatment, that agreed amount of 5 crores is transferred to your account, not even the hospital's account. With that money, what you are going to do, whether you use it as a monthly expense for your salary, for your family, or use it for your medical expenses, or use it for education of your children, or might be aircraft expenses to traveling to a foreign country for a medical treatment. All these things, it can use, no questions.
Please, excuse me, please mute the mic. Ankita.
Yeah, mute.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the power of critical illness. Believe me, today more than risk of dying early, the risk of critical illness is increasing day by day. You can yourself see how many people are getting heart attacks, how many people are getting cancer, how many people are getting these things. Most of your health insurance policies might not be even covering this. You go back and take on that.
Yeah. So, Afsar ji, you mean to say that the critical illness insurance policy can be taken after the diagnosis?
No.
No. How can it be? It has to be before that, no?
No, that's what he was. I mean,
what I was telling is, once you take the policy, okay?
Yeah.
For first 90 days, no company will cover. That will be the standard waiting period. 91st day, God forbid, if someone is diagnosed with a critical illness, means it is not like, you already had it, waited for 90 days, and then you are going to for a claim. No, I'm not talking that. You never had it. You took a policy. After 90 days, 91st day also you have a claim. Just a diagnosis also, and you prove the diagnosis, you are getting your 5 crores or 10 crores or 50 lakhs, whatever you have agreed for.
Thank you, Afsar ji. The time is over. Now I request our director, Sri
They can all send me a message, and you are always free to discuss with me. Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Davis Kalukar, and to extend the vote of thanks. If anyone has any sort of a query, can be mailed to INMAC email ID info@inmac.com. I will just put it on the chat box.
Sure.
So good evening, everyone. And Afsar ji, you have done a wonderful job of explaining this various policies and which all areas we have to take care. And it was actually an eye-opener for me also on certain various aspects. We also advise on our clients to take care of their financial aspects, but this is an excellent pointer towards mitigating such losses, which has been raised by various people. And we hope that, we can have another live session, maybe well publicized. We had very short time because this was only within 10 days we organized the whole thing, So we'll have a planned one once more during the year. And I hope that, the participants and attendees today, they have made all their doubts clarified on the insurance, and especially on the critical illness, medical insurance, and cyber liabilities. So I hope that everyone enjoyed it. So thank you, Afsar, for giving this your time and effort on this. Thank you very much, and good night.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you, Afsar ji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.